Deep in the Grand Norzelian mines lay a most unexpected discovery. Crystals of pure salt.
Pure salt.
Now in possession of knowledge that could alter the course of history in Norzelia, the members of House Wolford gather at Whiteholm Castle to discuss their next move.
It might be big decision time again, guys. It's been a minute since we've done one of those. Hasn't really been that long, but you know what I mean. Chapter 17, Part 1. If griefs could passions move. Get ready to make a choice, I think. What choice will it be? Well, let's lay out the options, I guess.
Unexpected though it may be, the salt crystals are now ours. How shall we proceed?
Carefully, for it has the potential to alter the balance of power across Norzelia. This is an opportunity to reshape the realm to our benefit. We must be strategic.
It's a target on our backs is what it is. There'll be no peace for us so long as we hold them.
Hyzant will set upon us with a fury we've never known if they hear of this.
Oh, they're going to hear of it.
She's right. They will stop at nothing to defend their faith.
Nor will Esfrost go quietly into the night.
Then let us prepare for when word does spread, rather than fret over how long we can keep the secret. Whether we protect the salt as ours or find another way to use it, we must act soon.
Find another way to use it? Like what?
What say you, Your Majesty?
We find ourselves at a crossroads. Not just as a kingdom, but an entire realm. Our decision will touch every life in Norzelia. I too wish to act quickly. But I beg you all for a moment alone with my thoughts.
Your caution is admirable, but ill-advised. Hesitation could cost us everything.
That much is obvious. Yet I cannot race headlong into the unknown when so much depends upon us.
Benedict, I find myself unmoored as well. I wish to hear from all present before we decide upon a course of action.
As you wish. Pray let it be swift.
Serenoa, answer me this. Can I count on you to walk the path with me, whatever it may be?
I was named Lord of House Wolfort long before I was inducted into the Saintly Seven. And I've been your friend even longer still.
Say no more. Take the others to Castle Wolfort and await my word. Likewise, inform me of any movements from Hyzant.
As you wish. Until we meet again.
So, are we going to leave the homie here? I guess so, for now. Anyway, we got cutscenes. Do we got any optional ones? It doesn't look like we have any optional ones. We have 3 required ones. But we also have 2 optional character story thingies. We got a Benedict and we got another Gila. So, let's get to those first. Benedict and Eredor uphold a custom they have shared for 30 years.
All right, lads and lasses, lay down your arms. Let your bruises remind you of the lessons learned today.
Ah, what fortuitous timing. I still owe you for the drinks from the other evening. I wondered if I might treat you tonight.
Apologies, lass, but I've got places to be. Perhaps another time.
He seemed troubled by something. Perhaps I'm overthinking it.
Perhaps, mayhaps, we shall see. What you doing, Eredor? What you doing, homie?
Let us end our day's work here.
It is early, is it not? Is something amiss?
No, nothing at all. Just my attention is required elsewhere for a time.
The Benedict Eredor 30-year anniversary of something, or whatever. I guess we'll see.
Elsewhere? Curious.
Very curious. Indeed.
how many have you had?
Not enough. Just one for you, I take it.
Yes.
Went by in a flash. Can you believe it's been 30 years?
The time has escaped us. The memory of that day, however, I doubt ever will.
What happened 30 years ago during the war? Let's see.
Thrice damned, can't move. Always thought I'd meet my end with a beautiful lass by my side.
You have many days ahead of you yet, Eredor. We will see you returned home.
Don't try to run, you curs!
Leave me be. I'll just slow you down. It was my cursed pride that got us into this. Only I should suffer for it. We don't all need to die today. Run!
Even in the face of death, you refuse to set aside your foolish pride. I followed you into this hell of my own will, and I will see you delivered from it.
You fool!
Charge!
Come and die.
Yeah!
Yeah. Get him, Benny. Get him.
That would have been it for us, had Lord Simon not met their charge in time.
Aye. And the only punishment for my pride were these aches that keep me awake at night.
We hungered for glory all those years ago, without a care for how it would serve us later on.
A couple of would-be heroes, who couldn't be convinced they weren't invincible.
Yet here we are, drinking, to celebrate the end of that war. I do not wish to reminisce upon the past. A toast that I may never again repeat the mistakes of my youth. But before that...
Yeah?
You have served House Wolford well, Eredor. That said, I have a feeling we'll need your sturdy shield even more going forward.
You need me to lead a charge? I'm your man. I'll leave anything fancier than that to you. For House Wolford!
For House Wolford.
For show. Best friends forever. All right. Good stuff. And that was the end of Benedict's character stories. Okay. Surprisingly, that wasn't the end of Eredor's as well, but... Gila, here we go.
It's become late. We'd best keep an eye out for bandits.
Damn, I had to sneeze there. That was
You
close.
have a warrior's intuition. You needn't worry. I won't let us come to harm.
It takes no great intuition to see that this world is falling ever deeper into chaos. The reasons, however, remain elusive.
Elusive.
Will we see our way safely through this darkness? I cannot say.
We have naught but our duty, and mine is to Prince Roland, whatever might become of House Wolford.
I find your perspective refreshing. Although it may be direct, you walk the path you've chosen with confidence. On the other hand, I often feel that I'm fumbling. I had thought Gustadolf to be a man of reason. But now I see that he will not hesitate to employ deceit to achieve his goals. In a manner of speaking, he and I are not so different. I, too, once hoped to have the influence to change the nation. At least, I told myself so. Really, all I wanted was to be free, and Frederica was simply a means to that end. As long as I had what I wanted, I had no great concern for what became of her.
Gila,
But this war has caused me to reconsider that. I realize that Frederica herself is worth caring for. She's not the sheltered princess I took her to be. Her wits are a match even for Benedict. She surprised me, and shamed me. I was wrong to underestimate her, to define her by her birth and station. She represents my greatest failures as a teacher, but also my greatest success. For she has truly taken my lessons to heart. I see now there is no shame in serving another, and no shame in sacrificing my freedom for something greater. Oh, but perhaps I've shared overmuch. For some reason, I find it easy to talk with you.
the feeling is mutual. You are not so aloof as I thought.
Who you calling aloof? I'm not aloof.
I just had a thought. When the war is behind us, I may very well open my own school.
Oh boy, Headmistress
Of course, you'd be welcome
Gila.
to join me. I would be master of the classroom, and you could be master of the training yard. We could teach our students the art of hawksmanship. Our riders would be first class. What should our school be named? You will come and teach with me, won't you?
There you go.
Not half so aloof as I thought.
I am no teacher. Well, I could teach people, but I'm not a teacher at your school, for I am trainer Captain General Hawkeye. Alright, and that's the end of Gila's character story. Cool. I mean, these are all required cutscenes. Let's just get through them. Changing of the time, spare no one, not even Norzelia Consortium. Let's just get through them all since they're all required. No optional ones, just main story cutscenes.
Have you heard the popular rumor, Lord Claris?
Claris, I forgot about Claris.
Intends to raise an army against Glenbrook? Yes, I am familiar.
So it's reached the Consortium then. Is it true?
Is it true?
King Roland has only just reclaimed the Crown City with Hyzant's help, not to mention restored relations with them. Ordinarily, such a thing would be unthinkable, but the rumors are so persistent that I think something may be afoot.
For example?
I wouldn't be so restless if I had an example to give.
Esfrost gathers its troops at Twinsgate. Might they have heard the rumors as well?
Perhaps. A battle for the very soul of Norzelia may loom on the horizon. But therein lies the opportunity for merchants like us. You can't wage war without a surfeit of supplies.
You're quite right about that.
And each shift in Norzelia's power balance opens new business opportunities.
Will the Consortium continue trading with Hyzant?
'Tis difficult to say. I believe House Wolfort's actions from here on will be key to the Consortium's decision.
House Wolfort, you say?
Indeed. They've been involved in most every conflict between the three nations on this continent. Why stop now? I shall wait and see how Lord Serenoa responds first, lest I make any hasty decisions.
Okay. Still not sure what Claris is going to be capable of, but I kind of forgot that guy existed, let's be real. Anyway, let's see what's going on at the Twinsgate, where Gusadolf has all his forces gathering. God, the music when the Esfrost scenes kick in is so good. Some God of War level shit.
I am gladdened to see each and every one of you, my ironclad brothers in arms, here at Twinsgate. I have asked you here to tell you of a most fortuitous discovery. We have found crystals of salt deep in the Grand Norzelian mines. Alas, Glenbrook has taken those very mines from us.
From you? Bitch, please.
What's worse, Glenbrook's esteemed House Wolfort is led by one of the Saintly Seven of Hyzant. They will no doubt be informed of the salt crystals and their precious religion will be shaken to its core. I trust you can all imagine how Hyzant will respond to such an affront. They will not go quietly, but will instead seek the crystals for themselves, that their reign of terror may continue unimpeded. Therefore, we must subdue Glenbrook and seize the mines for Esfrost if we are to counter this grave threat. But we cannot stop there, for that will only draw Hyzant to our gates. They will stop at nothing to conquer all of Norzelia in their name. The Duchy has never been in a more precarious position. But we will not yield. We subscribe to no faith, and we bend the knee for no king. We shall greet our enemies at Twinsgate with cold, hard steel. Our newest weapon, the Death's Knell, is nearly complete. With it, we shall strike back at Hyzant. The false goddess shall crumble beneath the sheer force of our iron will, and Hyzant reduced to rubble along with her. Raise your swords, my black iron heroes. Your names shall be cast in iron when the histories of this day are written. You shall be known as the defenders of Esfrost. For Esfrost!
Oh yes. The Death's Knell will reduce many a falsehood to rubble, dear Gustadolf.
Oh? You got other plans for it, Svarog? Sounds like he's got a little bit of plans of his own, just saying. Anyway, let's get over to see what the good old Hyzantians are dealing with. But see, they know about it. You knew they would get word. And we can only assume that Milo helped them with that information.
Ah, Milo has sent a dispatch from
Yup.
Deep within the Grand Norzalian mines lies... It would seem salt crystals were found within.
Dun dun dun.
Impossible. The discovery of salt outside the source explains Gustadolf's recent provocations.
Yup. Told you. Salt.
How can you be so calm? The teachings tell us that salt is a blessing, bestowed only upon the goddess's followers. The discovery of these salt crystals is an existential threat to Hyzant.
Salt crystals are salt too. We need only keep word of this discovery from spreading.
Of course. But how?
The Hierophant has spoken. Minister Exham, you shall raise an army and seize the Grand Norzalian mines in Hyzant's name.
The Hierophant asks us to invade Glenbrook?
Do you have another way to silence King Roland and his royal hounds in House Wolfort?
Minister Serenoa is one of us, and thus is honor-bound to heed the Hierophant's word.
Nope. Fuck you. Ain't happening.
But we know not if he will do so, or if he will cast his lot with his precious king. You shall ask him yourself when you surround Castle Wolfort en route to the mine.
And if he resists?
Kill him.
You are free to deal with him, as we do with all who forsake the goddess.
Yeah. Bring it on, bitch. Bring it motherfucking on.
Hyzant has learned of the salt crystals. Minister Exham of the Saintly Seven wastes no time in mustering his army, which now marches on the Grand Norzalian mines. Elsewhere, Gustadolf amasses his own forces at Twinsgate in anticipation of the war to come. All eyes are on Glenbrook, where Roland and Serenoa's pronouncement could touch off a battle for the soul of Norzelia.
So what? Are we gonna have to choose
After
to
much
go after
deliberation,
one or the other? Is that the
Roland
idea?
makes his way to Castle Wolffort to inform Serenoa of the decision that now weighs heavy on his heart.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to make this choice, y'all. But what's gonna be the choice? Stop one or the other? Like, is somebody else gonna intervene on this bitch or what? I have no idea. Anyway, let's get in there and find out, I guess.
I appreciate you coming all this way, Roland.
I was the one who asked for your time, so it is only natural I make the journey. I wish to tell you that I finally made up my mind.
And I would hear your decision if you were willing to share it with me.
I've long pondered over the one thing that Norzelia needs most. I thought back on the Salt Iron War. 30 years have passed, yet the root of our conflict remains the same.
Fucking salt.
Each nation still thinks only of itself, wishing to fill its coffers even at the expense of others. But who bears the brunt of such a war?
The people.
Exactly so. The avarice of the ruler is an existential threat to their loyal subjects.
And yet without that wealth, the people suffer just as much. They languish in poverty.
This much is obvious. But there can be no winner without a loser. Remove one, and you necessarily remove the other. If we achieve equality, we achieve peace.
And how do you propose we achieve? No. No, surely you don't mean...
Yes. The goddess's teachings. All can live as equals under the goddess. An authority greater than any king. The model nation was in front of us all along, Serenoa. The holy state of Hyzant.
Wow, he's choosing
I have
Hyzant.
decided that we must give the salt crystals in the Grand Norzelian mines to Hyzant.
And in so doing, you'll give them control of all Norzelia.
Exactly. There will be no more squabbling over salt. Norzelia will know eternal peace at last.
Unequal peace, surely. One built on the backs of a people like the Roselle, if not the Roselle themselves.
I am not blind to that fact. But so few will suffer for the good of so many. Nothing in this world is perfect, Serenoa. The sacrifice of the few for the good of the many. It's the only clear answer, and one I would give every time I were asked.
Submitting to the goddess will rob you of your kingship.
So be it. My crown, my pride. They are but small prices to pay for peace.
You are truly prepared to throw it all away.
Join me, Serenoa. Let us unite Norzelia under the Holy State.
Roland, this is quite sudden.
I understand. Pray, take all the time you need. I expect Frederica will want nothing to do with this plan, seeing as it forsakes her people. I am already mourning the rift this may cause between you. But I shall not be swayed. This will be my final act as Glenbrook's king.
So I'm kind of seeing maybe where we're going to have 3 paths to finish this game. This whole triangle strategy thing is crazy with all these choices, but I can see how this can get split into 3 here at the end. Like, what are the 3 final options?
It pains me to see him so tortured.
I'm not surprised. The future of our kingdom, to say nothing of the entire continent, rests upon his shoulders.
Pray tell, what do you intend to do about the salt crystals?
In truth, I cannot decide. Salt is too precious to be hoarded. We've a duty to share it with the people, which is...
Where the difficulty lies, yes. The source makes that all too clear. Salt lies at the heart of every war in Norzelia.
Would that the boundless salted sea of Rosellan legend still existed. We'd have no need of conflict if there were a source of salt for all.
My love, if I may, the discovery of the salt crystals has made 2 things plain to me. The first is that my mother spoke true in the legend she passed on to me.
and the other is that the goddess's teachings are nothing more than a lie built to constrain your people.
Just so. We are guilty of nothing. Yet the Roselle languish in the source, where they are looked down upon and forced to work until they die. Entire generations lost, countless lives given to Hyzant's cruelty. Cruelty created to justify Hyzant's own avarice and lust for power.
Such is the ugly lie at the heart of their teachings.
One revealed by a crystal of the mineral they hold so dear. The time has come, Serenoa. The Roselle must be freed. The salt crystals have brought us to the brink of war. We can harness this unrest, incite the Roselle to rise up and rebel against their captors.
I am with you. Believe me, I am. But you make it sound so...
Simple. Yes, I know. But the suffering of my people is so distant for everyone else. We can no longer wait for someone to do the right thing. Help isn't coming. Why else would my own mother incite rebellion? We are alone.
I swear to you, none of this feels distant to me. The Roselle live in my domain. I am betrothed to you, my dear. It couldn't feel any closer.
And I thank the stars that I have you by my side. I do. In truth, that's why I think this time will be different. Why I'll be able to accomplish what my mother could not.
I agree. But the risk is immense. Suppose we succeed, what then? Hyzant will not let us go quietly.
Of course not.
And when that time comes, you can lead the Roselle to Centralia, just as your mother wrote about in the book she left behind. Beyond the Great Falls in the Falk's domain at the end of the Norzelia River, the ancestral home of the Roselle.
But that's just a legend.
We've already found one legend to be rooted in truth. Perhaps this one is as well. And if not, at least you'll be safe from harm.
I doubt Benedict will share our feelings, though. Abandoning all we've built to embark on a journey fraught with danger in search of a legend. Yet no matter how perilous the path ahead, I would happily walk it at your side.
Frederica! Serenoa! Love is in the air. Alright, let's hear the third option, because here it comes.
Understand what a monumental effect the discovery of these salt crystals will have on Norzelia's history. Whatever course of action we choose will determine whether House Wolffort leaves a legacy in that history, or is expunged from it.
How would you proceed, Benedict?
I would do all I could to keep it from falling into Hyzant's hands. They already control the source. With the crystals in hand, they will solidify their grip on the realm and in time dominate it. The siren song of a false equality under their goddess shall blanket the land, claiming every domain and its people.
Even though they count me among the Saintly Seven?
Even then, for that matters little when the equality they espouse is dictated by the goddess, or should I say, the Hierophant.
Hierophant.
In the end, they will have the same life and death control over all Norzelia that they now hold over the Roselle.
And our wounds from the battle with Esfrost have only begun to heal. Hyzant will destroy us if we wage war against them in our current state.
But they stand little chance against us if we ally with Esfrost.
Oh no.
Ally with Esfrost? Are you of sound mind, Benedict?
Quite. Think about it for a moment. Esfrost wants nothing more than to loosen Hyzant's grip. They will go to war if it means control of the salt crystals.
Our interests are broadly aligned, yes, but...
Esfrost has been building toward precisely that purpose for some time now.
You speak of the Death Knell, the weapon that Cordelia mentioned.
Precisely. A weapon capable of reducing the goddess's shield to rubble, leaving Hyzant's capital ripe for the taking. Without that weapon, we cannot win. You need only say the word, and I shall convince Esfrost to join our side.
I appreciate your candor, Benedict, and I do not doubt you could secure Esfrost's cooperation. But I fear the harder fight is within our own domain. King Roland's heart will not be easily won.
I bid you listen closely and calmly to what I'm about to ask.
From whence this somber tone?
Do you believe King Roland is fit to rule?
Uh-oh.
What are you implying?
Decorum is of little use when the fate of our realm is at stake, Lord Serenoa. Are you content to spend the rest of your life in servitude to another?
Not another word, Benedict. Roland is more than my king. He is my friend.
And you are Lord of House Wolfort, whose military prowess is known to all Norzelia. Not the guard dog of Glenbrook and Hyzant. What else are you here to do, if not to protect your house and keep its banner aloft? But you have the potential for so much more. All Norzelia could be yours if you but desired it.
Treason, if not outright regicide. These are your suggestions.
Of course not. The blood in your veins and the royal family's ring are claim enough to the throne. There is no need for violence.
I told you not to speak of that again.
But you did not tell me to forget. The time to reckon with your lineage draws near. You must make a...
I've heard enough. Leave me.
Just know that I will do anything you ask of me, Lord Serenoa. I pray that you make the right choice. Not only for House Wolfort, but for yourself.
Man. 3 huge choices. Side with Hyzant, side with Aesfrost, or ignore all of it entirely, I guess. Those seem to be the options. Also, I think my controller just died, so let's actually switch out the batteries real quick. I didn't realize my controller died until I tried to click a button after the cutscene and nothing's happening. Ah! Well, I'll pick that battery up later. Luckily, it's not the charged one. That was one of the ones I need to charge for later. We should be fine. These batteries last a long time before I have to worry about charging them, so that's what's really nice about these rechargeables that I bought. Or I shouldn't say I bought, that I put on my wish list that I got for my birthday. Alright, any more side scenes? Nope. It's time to make this decision, y'all. It's a huge one. Esfrost, Hyzant, or do we just go off on an adventure, saving the Roselle and running away? Like, I don't even know how that's going to work. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's approaching a turning point, so I recommend you save your... Yeah. So this is like a huge moment of the game right here. We're going to leave this in slot 10, but I'll start saving it in a different slot after this. Huge, huge moment of the story here, huh? It's going to lock us into the ending is what it's going to do. So whatever path we choose is the rest of the battles of the game, probably.
There is no doubt.
They've heard word of the crystals.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Esfrost's army gathers at Twinsgate as well.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
Gotta be ready, y'all.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war. I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzant.
What?
What?
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings.
I kind of can't believe Roland went with that, but somebody had to pick that side, I guess.
Which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzant's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already? Is the suffering of the Rosal not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the Salt Crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzant's goddess free reign of Norzelia. Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
Man, these are hard choices.
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes, in exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
And the sacrifice of the Rosal, is that a small price to you?
It is.
How could you say such a thing to my face?
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzant. The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
Ally with Esfrost? You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
I see no reason why we should not. You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter dispassionately.
I cannot believe my own ears. I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered.
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt.
Burn it down.
And now, even with
We're gonna pick the Frederica route. We are. As long as I can pick that one, I'm gonna pick that one. Because fuck siding with either one of these assholes.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Rosal in due time.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more. All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the Salt Crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people. We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Rosal would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk. Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
Esfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
We set out alongside the Rosal in search of Centralia.
Centralia is a myth.
The legends of my people are true.
I care not one whit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolfort domain.
Silence!
I kill you all!
I've heard enough to know where each of you stand. Do you all hold the courage of your own convictions?
I do.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
I feel the same.
Very well. But know that a choice must be made. There can only be one way forward. Face the scales of conviction and prepare to make peace with the outcome.
How do I feel about these options? It's a pretty tough choice, I will say. But I kind of don't want to side with either one of them. I'm about to pick the Frederica route, and I also feel like the Frederica route is like what we would call the good ending, or the ending that like just let everybody kind of destroy themselves, and then we'll kind of come up in there and see how it all ends up. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it's the harder choice, basically, to pick that one, because picking one side or the other makes things easy, right? We pick one side, we side with them, we win the war. We pick the other side, we side with them, the war is over. Either way it ends. But if you pick the third option, which is Frederica's, I feel like it's more complicated and thus a more difficult path to actually, make happen. And that's why I want to do that one. I think that's the one I want to pick. Anyway, the vote you take today may well open a rift between us. Nevertheless, it must proceed, and I am prepared to accept its outcome. Here we go. Unsurprisingly, you hate Roland's option? Yeah, going with Hyzan is probably the one I hate the most, too. Because that's basically just going back to the way things already are, and Hyzan has even more power than they already did. Siding with Esfrost I don't really like either, but I like it slightly better. But it also does usurp Roland's throne thing that not that he gives a shit, he's trying to give up the throne anyway. And it leans into the whole Serenoa being king, and I don't even like that as an option either, to be honest. So I think the third option with Frederica is the way to go. So I'm going to start trying to persuade these dudes towards that one, I think, and see how it goes. As long as we can get 2 of them to Frederica's side, we win. So here we go.
Lord Serenoa.
Benedict and King Roland would march us to war. Frederica would see Hyzan hunt us for all eternity. Perhaps her vision is not so different. So it's come to this. Ally with a one-time opponent or flee with Roselle.
However,
bold proposals all. Our tactics must be flawless. Actually, before I do that, can we go around and get more information, or are we just doing this? Lord Serenoa, I cannot help but feel our greatest battle lies ahead, regardless of which path you choose. I know that this may not be the best time to say so, but my wife gave birth to our first child not a few days ago. Okay. You are a father before soldiers. Your duty to protect your own house before that of Wolford. I will not force you to march with us. I only ask that you act according to your own convictions. When it's pulled together, if we are to emerge victorious, I ask that you see us through the final battle. I'm gonna go with that one. Your father, dude. Focus on that. You're a daddy. You a daddy. Lord Serenoa, you would allow me to leave House Wolford at a time like this? But of course, before you do, though, allow me to thank you for all you've done for our house. I wish you and your family would every happiness. Thank you, Lord Serenoa. It's an honor to call you my lord. Yep. Alright, let's talk to this guy real quick, too. To think King Roland, Lady Frederica, and Sir Benedict's convictions would diverge so greatly after all this time. Just between you and me, Lord Serenoa, what do you make of their plans? I believe that Benedict plans to use Esfrost's ideals of freedom of sin. I think Roland intends to use his... Frederica is the human one. Yep, that one. That's the one I'm leaning toward, homie. Aye, but in reality, humans usually only act in their own best interest, even if it means turning a blind eye to the suffering of others. Lady Frederica is a strong woman to stand up for what is right. I couldn't agree more. Ignoring their plight now would be shameful, especially knowing what we do of their innocence. Everyone's choices are deeply rooted in their convictions. It makes me wonder if they'll be able to abide by Scale's decision. Lord Serenoa, it will fall to you to lead everyone down the right path. Of course, I wish for all of us to walk astride the same path as we always have. Is there a way to, check my conviction? I don't know if I've ever, tried to do that. Is there a way to know, what my conviction's laid at? In the War Chronicle or something? I know you can look at the paths traveled, which, honestly, we haven't really looked at this in a while to see how it all branched out. I think I don't know, did I look at this on screen? I know I showed this on a stream one day, but I don't know if I was actually showing it during a during an episode. But this is back when we made our first choice to either go to the Hyzan or go to Esfrost. This is where we made the choice to either refuse to surrender the prince or surrender the Prince Roland. I don't really know how that's going to go if we do that one. This was the Chapter 8 split up where we either refused Silvio or accepted, I guess. This was the Chapter 9 choice where the fake Roland death was a thing. And then... Right, we either report Sorsley or not. And then here we got... we were looking for the ledger, or we were going to do something else, right. And then we got to Chapter 11, which is when we went to save the Roselle instead of turning them in or whatever, and thus it led to the next fight. When we found the Crystal Assault and all that. Yeah, okay. This wasn't even a fight. And then Chapter 13 is... Oh, right. This is where we went to... Right, this is where we chose to sneak into the capital and murder people instead of trying to negotiate. What's New Game Plus? What are you talking about, New Game Plus? Oh, as in you can check your conviction in New Game Plus? Is that what you mean? Because there's not a way to check your conviction. Anyway, Chapter 15 was a huge branch-off thing, and we ended up going to protect my dad, which was not what I expected. That's not even the one I wanted to do. I was trying to go with Roland. So I guess we'll just see what happens here. But this is the huge one. This is the big one. This is the big move right here, guys. All right, I'm going to try and sway them toward Frederica's choice, but we'll see what happens if I fail.
Lord Saranoa.
So here we go. Skip all this. We already talked to her. So standing with Roland, she's like, nah. But she's cool. She sounds like she's cool with Frederica's visions. This is a good start. So you sent to Frederica's vision for the future. War is coming. A war for all of Norzelia. And you would forfeit your role in it? I don't give a shit. There's no better time to free the Roselle than now while Esfrost and Hyzant squabble over crystals. This is how we end the war. Hyzant will crumble once we free the Roselle. If the Death Snell and Elfric are unleashed in the battlefield, the casualties of Eclipse... Man, these are not all terrible answers. What would convince Anna, though? I kind of like this first one. Or to end the war... Freeing the Roselle will fuck over Hyzant. I'm doing that one.
No.
I simply cannot agree. Oh! It will throw Hyzant into chaos, but only briefly. They will stop at nothing to restore order and maintain the authority over their beloved goddess. You forget that there are those who question her authority already. Do you not think that they would seize the opportunity and revolt?
But?
Possibly, but that is a slight hope in the face of an enemy so powerful as Hyzant. They stifled a rebellion 30 years ago. Now they move to take the salt crystals and the mines in which they were found for themselves. If I may speak plainly, my lord, your strategy is too fanciful. I urge you to ground it in reality if you wish to collapse the holy state. Damn. I don't think she's going to go to my side. I think I picked poorly. I might have to reload my save if I want to get the choice that I want. I will say if I don't get the choice that I want here, I might reload my save and see if I can. I may be screwed because of my conviction, but we'll see.
My lord.
We share a common goal with Esfrost at the moment. It is incumbent upon us to seize that opportunity and rid Nozelia of Hyzant for good. Indeed, the salt crystals make an alliance with Esfrost possible, but Roland would never assent to it. He feels the weight of the crown, underestimates his own abilities, and has allowed his hatred for Gustadolf to cloud his judgment. I sympathize, but those matters should have no bearing on the welfare of our house. Perhaps you are right, but then what of Frederica's vision? Do you concede that her plan concerns our house?
Quite impossible.
I concede nothing, for her strategy is out of the question. Damn. She asked us to forfeit all we have fought to build in this domain. How can I reasonably entertain such a proposition? And you'll brook no argument otherwise? None.
We must.
May I remind you that you are the house of Lord Wolfort. Your duty is to your people above all else.
I believe I've reached a
This
decision.
moment requires a dispassionate mind, but I pray you have one. Yeah, you're not gonna... Yeah, you have no power here.
Aye, lad.
Our sweat and bloods fed this land, built into a proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyzant. And Lady Frederica, while I sympathize, asked that we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle.
Here's what I think.
Benedict's got the right of it, I reckon, but even that doesn't quite quiet the nagging feeling I get every time I think about our options. All right, let's go with Frederica. How could you possibly support Lady Frederica's vision? Have you gone mad? The war will never end so long as we held the salt crystals. We must relinquish them and break the race. I wish to carry on, nay, surpass my father's legacy by protecting the Roselle. I need you here with me, Erador. Man, I'm going with that one. Outdo your own father? Meaning what exactly? Do more for the Roselle than he did? I know things aren't what they were during the Salt Iron War, but is this not House Wolfort's duty to come to the aid of House and those in need? Are we not to fight injustice and tyranny wherever so it may be? You dare invoke Lord Simon's own words? I cannot do this alone, Erador. The risk is too great. Only if all of House Wolfort unites as one will we have a chance to succeed. I hear you, lad.
And so...
Just give me a moment to sit on with what you said. Alright, so he is a maybe. If I could get one more maybe, I feel better about my choices. I think I fucked up with Anna, but we have chances here. And I think Gila might be okay, easier to persuade than anybody else here for Frederica's side. Let's see what we can do with good old Huguette over here. Here we stand after a bitter fight to reclaim the crown city, only for the king to speak on of forsaking it. As his subject, it is my duty to follow his decree, and yet... My lord, the choice before us feels immense. I am utterly adrift. Pray, tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance. Okay, so she'll listen to Frederica's thing. Okay, let's start with that. You've taken Frederica's side in all this? What fascination did the Roselle hold for you, my lord? Frederica has shown me a future in which no one is beholden to salt or indeed to any nation. There's no better time to free Roselle now than without us. I'm just going to say the first one. So if the choice is to ally with the duchy who prize might over all else, or submit to the holy state who prey upon the weak.
But...
You mean to suggest we simply do neither? Precisely. She has shown me the Rosellan legends are true. That means there are hope for all of us, and a hope I would bet my life upon. So long as we sit between two nations who've no compassion for the weak, I fear we will never know peace.
Furthermore...
I take your point. War will spread, and perhaps only end with the death Snell and Elfric are unleashed upon the continent. So you see why I choose to flee with the weak, rather than be party to the atrocities of the powerful? It will be a flight amid a hail of arrows and steel. So righteous and noble, I would be proud to give my life for it. You've stated your case well, my lord. Okay. Huguette sounds agreeable. We'll see if she sides with me.
What do you need?
Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. I am sure King Roland, Benedict, and Frederica have agonized over their proposals.
Well...
So now we must agonize over our own decisions. Alright, what do you think about Frederica? I must say I'm surprised by your support for Frederica's vision. I've been by her side for years, but even I must admit it is rather hopeful if I'm being charitable. Perhaps you see something I do not. Roselia will forever be plagued by war. I wish to leave this place to create a new nation. My father has defended the Roselle all these years, and I tend to carry that on. And in truth, I agree with you. Her plan is... I'm going to say the first one, because this one doesn't really appeal to Gila. She's not part of the house. I'm going to go with this one. You mean to forsake not only your domain, but all Norzelia?
I don't know.
I could see that Hyzant will not admit defeat, so we managed to free the Roselle. Do you truly believe that searching for Centralia and starting anew will prove any easier? I do, though I acknowledge it is far easier said than done.
Uh-huh.
I should say so. It sounds like a daydream, if I may speak so plainly.
I don't know.
Yet the world is vast and full of wonders. I cannot in good faith argue that Centralia does not exist. Perhaps forging ahead is the only answer. May it lead us to the future you dream of, if this is what you desire. If nothing else is Frederica's attendant, I must say that it warms my heart to see you support her so diligently. You must truly love her. Alright, so that's a maybe, I think. I don't know if that one's perfect. But let's see. Let's talk to Roland and Frederica just to get their opinions out of the way, even though we can't sway them. And then we'll just let it ride. Hopefully, what I said to Huguette and Eredor was enough, and maybe Gila too. We only need 3. Well, we only need 3, assuming that the other 3 don't go to the same choice. So, that's what I'm saying. So, here we go. Actually, yeah, we only need 3, as in we only need 2 of them. Yeah, because, well, actually, we could tie. So, yeah, we could tie with somebody. We wouldn't lose, but we could tie. The worst we could do is tie. Like 3 to 3 to 1 is what I mean. I wonder what happens if you get 3-3-1. I wonder if it ever works out that way. I guess we'll find out.
Serenoa.
We must give Hyzant the salt crystals, cow Esfrost, and unite all Orzelia in the name of the goddess. Else we will never know peace. The Roselle will continue to suffer, 'tis true, but this will end the war as we know it, and countless more will live in peace as equals.
I have made my decision.
I will see this done, and not just for the people of Gunbrook, for all for Norzelia. Roland, you are the king. Surely cooperation with Hyzant need not mean the forfeit of the kingdom.
I think not.
That is where you are wrong, my friend. My time on the throne has shown me that the people need a force more powerful than any king to show them the way. There are many paths that lead us out of war, Roland. Cooperating with Esfrost, for instance. End the war by allying with the very Archduke who set this in motion? No. Cooperating with that tyrant ends nothing. His avarice has brought only pain and suffering to this land.
Moreover,
if anyone understood the torturous path I've taken to arrive at this decision, I thought it would be you, Serenoa. Alright, you can't change his mind. I'm thinking no matter, like, which option you end up choosing in this game, there will be some sort of happy ending, because somebody will acquiesce to somebody. You're going to get betrayed in the end no matter what, and have to fight against whoever you side with. I don't think it's ever going to end... Like, I bet the ending of this game still ends a certain way no matter what, with a different variation flavor depending on what you picked. Because I don't feel like no matter who you side with is really going to matter in the end.
Serenoa.
Like, you're always going to be against the person who you side with, even after you side with them. That's pretty much how it's been the whole game, right? Don't trust anybody, as I keep preaching. Only we can free the Roselle, expose the lie that has kept them in bondage these many years. However, we must move quickly while their gaze is fixed upon the salt crystals. I believe we can succeed. I hear your plea, yet I cannot help but wonder if you wish to act with too much haste.
But...
I know not what I can do to prove to you that I have thought this through. I swear to you, this is not no fit to. This is no fit of pique. Benedict Stratagem may also prove that I had the chance to strike at Hyzant. Would that not be enough? It also prolongs this war and thus the immense suffering of my people. Even if we do prevail, you know as well as I that my brother is not a merciful man. He'll not spare so much as a thought for the weak. That much is true. The Roselle's plight would then be buried once more amid negotiations between the nations. Do you see? The time is now, and only we have the power to save them. Power we forfeit if we assent to Roland's plan.
I have decided.
His is the one vision for our future that I cannot abide. Perhaps my concerns seem narrow when all Norzelia is at stake, but I know you can save my brothers and sisters. I beg you consider it. I wonder if Roland's is the hardest to do unless you truly just side with Roland the whole game. Like for every single decision you side with Roland's choice. And then you can choose Roland in the end. Because I feel like his is the hardest one to convince anybody to do. Every single one of them brick-walled me to try to convince them to be Roland's side. Not that I wanted to pick Roland's side, but it seems like the hardest one. But alright, let's get on with the show. Let's see what they vote on. I'm hoping they picked my side. If not, I might reload and try again to see if I can get that to work. And if that doesn't work, then we're stuck with whatever they make me do, I guess.
It's time to cast our votes. The opinions before us are many. Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
Alright, here we go. Obviously, we know Roland's choice. We know Benedict's choice, and we know Frederica's choice, and they're going first, of course. Let's see if anyone sides with me. I only need 2 of these people to get on my side.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Boom! Hell yeah. Okay, that's 1. I only need 1 more, and we got this in the bag.
My apologies.
Damn. It's okay. She's the one I was at least expecting to pick my side. I think she went with Benedict's choice, I think.
I have faith in you.
Yes! We got Huguette too. Alright, that means it's a win. We already won. And I think Eredor's going to pick me too.
I'm with you.
Yeah! Alright, we're going with the hardest choice of them all, and that's fuck all this shit. Let's go do something else. That's literally what we're about to do.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude! Fuck yeah, brother! Bum ba da bum 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 ba da bum. Frederica, we're going with you, baby. We're going with you.
The way forward is decided. Frederica's dream is worth realizing. We will free the Roselle from the source.
Indeed, we shall. Free them! If grief's good passions move, we have a choice we have made. Oh boy. And we're going to have to see where we start off. You also picked this option the first time? Well, it's the one that I want to pick the most because the other 2 options suck. I will be very curious to play this game again and see the other 2 options for the rest of the game to see where it goes. But that was a terrible couple of options to pick. Like, damn. That is a hard final decision to make. It really is.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future. Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the scales of conviction have the final word. The time has come for judgments to be rendered, and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
Chapter 17 part? Duh! One last request. Okay. I just don't know where our first battle is going to be on this path. Maybe there won't be another battle in this chapter until we get to 18, but we'll see.
We've chosen our path. We are to free the Roselle being held in Hyzant's source.
Benedict's like, fuck you.
You have chosen the one path I cannot take.
Bitch, please. You didn't want to go the Hyzant path either.
I understand your disappointment, Benedict, but the scales have spoken. And so I ask for your wisdom. Help us find a way to free the Roselle.
Hyzant will destroy everything you hold dear if you attempt to free them.
Nah.
That way lies ruin.
Nah. I wonder if he's gonna ditch us because he's mad.
Your choice is to turn your back on this house, to cast aside your land and the people who have built their lives upon it. I will not, I cannot endorse such betrayal.
Really?
I agree that we will be ill-prepared to defend the domain this way. Should that come to pass, I am prepared to flee with the Roselle and search for Centralia. They say it is home to a boundless salted sea. Surely a land where none need fight for salt is a land worth seeking. This is an opportunity, Benedict. We could find a new home instead of fighting the wars of old yet again.
Why not channel that resolve to lead the people of Norzelia as their king? You hold the power and the might. You lack only the will. With the salt crystals in hand, you shall ascend the throne. I shall see to it that you are coronated. Then we can liberate the Roselle.
We haven't brought this up in front of everybody before, so this is interesting.
Liberate the Roselle or whatever else. I never dreamed I would hear such callous words fall from your lips.
I stand by them. I care only that you and the legacy of House Wolford are safe and secure. I shall offer my counsel by force, if needed.
Wow.
You don't mean to fight the lad.
Stand down, Benedict.
No, Anna.
Really?
This is a challenge that I must accept.
Really?
I beg you to reconsider. If you mean to proceed with this folly, then you will do so over my dead
Wow.
body. You can do so much more, Lord Serenoa. The salt crystals give you the upper hand. Esfrost and Hyzant would bend the knee to you. You could unite all Norzelia under your rule.
You were right about me, Benedict. I lack the will. I have no desire to rule Norzelia. I wish to see an oppressed people set free and nothing more.
At what cost? Would you see your loyal subjects conquered by another nation?
I would forfeit my lordship. The people of Wolfort will endure without me. The Roselle have no such champion for their cause. We are the only ones who can set them free.
Give me the order, and I shall reduce Hyzant to rubble. Then they shall be free.
The ensuing battle will only breed further resentment, or worse, displace others who will be treated like the Roselle. War cannot solve every problem, and our liberation of the Roselle shall prove as much.
So, you now take blind counsel from your betrothed. To think that an arranged marriage will lead to this folly.
Enough! I came to this conclusion of my own free will.
Damn,
I've seen the
Benedict.
challenges that face Norzelia,
Benedict's going
this is
savage
how I
mode.
choose to
I'm
respond.
okay with the whooping I'm about to lay on him right now. He's making me feel okay about it.
You are every inch Lady Destra's child. Your compassion steers you headlong into every conflict. Alas, compassion is easily trampled. It can only exist so long as it has an army at its back. My patience grows thin, Lord Serenoa. The salt crystals give you the power to bring peace to Norzelia.
You're wrong. It is little more than the catalyst for another protracted war.
A war we can win. Let me lead you to victory.
There is always a war to be won. Do you not see the cycle at work? I will break that cycle and use my power to liberate the oppressed.
You talk of fleeing from your duty, of pure fantasy.
We need you, Benedict. Why can you not put our differences aside?
This is absurd. You race toward your own destruction, and I will not be party to it. Lord Simon entrusted me with the future of this house. And I swore an oath to Lady Destra.
Man, bro's over here wilding, dude. I can't believe we're about to murk Benedict right now.
You are shackled to the past, Benedict.
I would call it loyalty.
And it has come to this. For the sake of our future, I must strike you down.
God damn.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, I'm prepared for your ass.
You came, you missed.
Is this just a cutscene? Oh, I thought it was going to be like an actual battle. Okay. So I kind of figure no matter what you choose here, Punk, someone's going to be mad and want to die for the cause. So like if you pick Roland's, I'm sure that Frederica probably wants to die, wants to fight you. And if you choose Benedict's, I'm sure Roland will want to fight you. So it kind of makes sense. I can't believe Benedict fought me, man. That's fucked up. I kind of wanted it to be a real one-on-one like battle, but that's okay if it's a cutscene too.
No.
It's more epic that way.
Neither father nor mother would stand for the killing of a loyal retainer. The rest of us shall make our way to Hyzant in secret. You will remain here.
You stay home.
Lead the people out of the Wolfort domain before the Hyzantian army assaults this castle, and keep them safe.
These are your orders. In exchange for sparing my life?
Yeah, dickbag.
These are not orders, and there is no exchange to be made. This is the last thing I will ever ask of you as my steward and loyal friend of House Wolfort.
And so, you follow in the footsteps of Lord Simon and Lady Destra. Leaving me behind with the most arduous tasks. I shall rise to the occasion, my lord.
You better, motherfucker.
I shall do whatever is required to see that the Wolfort name and its people survive.
Yeah, it seems odd.
Wolfort lose its lord.
God damn it, this cutscene's still going. I'll talk more about it in a minute.
In your stead.
I have no doubt you will.
Yeah, it's odd to see how much he pushes for us to be on the throne. Like, why? Why do it so far so much that you have to quit on us, bro? I don't understand. Am I sad he left the party just now? Yes. But I also feel like I have so many party members I can use in his place that I'm not too sad about it. Am I sad to see Benny go? Sure. But not so much that I'm like, man, I wish I had Benny. The only good thing about Benedict, really, is he's tanky as hell. Everything else about him, his moveset is okay. I mean, I do like that he can buff people. It gives him something to do on all his turns when his attack is only very, very basic attacks. But, like, I'm going to be sad about his tankiness. He definitely survives a lot. But it does feel weird that Benedict was so insistent. It's just like, man, why were you that insistent about it, bro? Come on, man. Like, and then once I told him no, why are you being so defiant about it? Like, just choose what your master chose and just live with it, bro. I guess he didn't want to do it again, essentially. He said that we followed in our parents' footsteps. He didn't want to do it again, I guess.
Benedict.
That was definitely our last choice of the game, 100%.
Mule-headed fool.
The rest of this is just going to be, we've locked in our ending, basically.
The path we believe is right.
Exactly.
Yes.
King Roland, This decision means casting Glenbrook aside.
What do you say?
I know I cannot ask you to come with me, but will you agree to see to the salt crystals?
Yeah, what's Roland gonna do in all this?
No. I am sorry, my friend. But I am not worthy to oversee such an important task.
Of course you are. You have always striven to be fair and just.
You hold me much too high in regard. Our conversation earlier made me realize the truth. My faith was misguided, as were my actions. I believed exacting vengeance upon Esfrost would be proof enough I was Glenbrook's rightful king. But I gave no thought to the bloody cost of revenge. This kingdom and its subjects should not have to suffer such a selfish fool upon the throne.
Then, you will come with me?
I shall. Not as your king, but as your friend. If I can help those in need, that is enough. Glenbrook has the geographical advantage, and the salt crystals. And there are a small handful of trustworthy nobles remaining. I'm certain they will ensure the people thrive, even without a king. Glenbrook is in too powerful a position for foreign powers to interfere.
Roland.
You know you aren't leaving me behind. I've come this far by your side. I'm not abandoning you now.
You have my thanks, Huette.
Frederica, don't you think you ought to make your convictions clear to your companions?
Well, it's common knowledge by now that I am an Esfrosti of Rosellan descent. I was a lonely child who hated that her hair was a different color from everyone else. But then I joined House Wolford. I met Jerome and witnessed the cruelty that my fellow Roselle suffered at the source. And I learned how brave my mother was, how long and hard she fought for her people's freedom. Compared to the horrors they went through, I have lived a life of privilege and comfort. I am proud to be a Rosellan, and proud to be a Wolford. I wish to be strong, strong like my lady mother before me. And I wish to see her dream of freeing our people fulfilled. I understand the difficulties that lie ahead, but hope that I might have you all with me.
We will always be there beside you, Frederica.
My lord, Hyzant's army has sent a message ahead of their forces. It says, the Grand Norzalian mines must be conferred to the goddess as a divine offering.
An offering? Sounds more like an ultimatum.
Precisely. If we refuse to relinquish the mines, they'll put the Wolford domain to the sword.
Then we've no time to waste. We must make ready to leave at once.
Mm-hmm. Get ready to do our thing. Get our plans in action. Meanwhile, what are you doing, Benny?
Benedict.
I leave the rest in your hands, Anna.
All these years I have watched you. I may not be able to replace you, but I will do my best.
Loath as I am to burden you with such responsibility, that is heartening.
This ain't the Benedict I know. Come on, where's your usual glower?
You never change.
Huh, I should hope not. Defending House Wolford calls for consistency. And defend Wolford I shall, even in your absence.
I shall hold you to it, both of you.
I'm telling you, we've got it under control.
Your voice hasn't gotten any quieter.
Sorry. Parting ways with a friend always gets me worked up.
Thank you for seeing me off, you two. Farewell.
Well, well, well. It doesn't make it any less sad. Meanwhile...
What of the Hyzantian forces?
They haven't entered the domain yet. If we act now, we could sneak around them and reach the capital.
Focused as they are on seizing the salt crystal deposits, I'd wager their domestic defenses are at a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get into the capital and have the Roselle and the Source take up arms, we should stand a fair chance of helping them escape.
But Hyzant is wary of Serenoa for keeping the salt crystals from them, despite his position as one of the Saintly Seven. They may be short-handed, but if they spot him, we'll never make it inside.
We can use the Consortium cart to slip unnoticed into the capital.
The wagon from Claris? You sure we can trust the Consortium?
Yes. If only because this benefits both us and him. In exchange, I told him what secrets we learned of Esfrost and Hyzant.
You mean you told him of Dragan's murder and the illicit salt trade? I hope he understands those secrets must never leave his lips.
He understands. Once people learn of the salt crystals, Norzelia will change. And the Consortium will have a new role to serve. Now that they know, they will be better prepared to negotiate their position. They agreed to help us as a show of gratitude.
You've thought this through. Well done, Anna.
What of our things, Jula?
Stored safely within the cart, of course.
Things? What things?
The explosives we found in the tunnel.
After we've gotten the Roselle to rise up, we'll set sail from the harbor and make for the Folk's Domain, to the Great Falls. To make sure no one follows us, we'll blow up all the other ships in the harbor as we leave.
Frederica and I devised the plan ourselves.
A perfect way to make an escape with so many people.
Wise of you to make for the Folk's Domain. It's distant enough. You'll have plenty of time to hide.
Aye, about as far south as you can get. No better place, if your end goal is Centralia, too.
It's a good plan. We shall do what we can to make sure it succeeds.
Crafty as ever, you Wolforts. I am glad to be on your side.
But one problem remains. How do we get the Roselle and the Source to turn against their captors?
I was thinking the same thing. What if they don't want to do it?
Win their trust. All this is for naught.
We need some way of persuading them. And quickly, too.
Let me worry about that. I can find the words to convince them. I am my mother's daughter, after all.
All right. I know you'll figure something out, Frederica.
There is one more thing. Huette, I'll need to send a bird.
Of course, my lady. Where to?
The Rosellan village.
I was gonna say.
I'd like to tell Jerome and the others of our plan.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing.
Great Falls.
Agreeing to such a thing means they will have to give up the lives they enjoy now. Do you think they will come?
I cannot say. Regardless, I owe it to them to let them know Hyzant is invading.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Indeed.
Hyzant's on the way. They should leave to be safe of their own volition, really. Because even if our plan fails, at least they can escape and get out of there before Hyzant shows up. So I would tell them to run anyways.
Upon learning of the salt crystal deposits, Hyzant quickly musters her forces. They march upon the Wolfort Domain, intent on seizing control of the mine. Serenoa decides to take this as an opportunity to free the Roselle enslaved at the Source. But that decision leads to Benedict's departure from House Wolfort.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Still grappling with grief over parting ways with their friend, Serenoa and the others make for the Hyzantian capital. There, amidst a land in turmoil, they hope to help the Roselle rise up against their oppressors.
Okay. Oh, there's even a sneaky side going on over here in Ironstone. Let's watch this one first.
Archduke Gustadolf, we received word from Wolfort. XM's forces have crossed into their domain.
So they know of the salt crystals. Then battle is inevitable. But how will House Wolfort respond?
I should think it obvious they will attack us. Their lord is one of the Saintly Seven, after all.
I am unconvinced of that. Perhaps they will offer us salt crystals to secure our alliance.
To what end?
History is changing around us as we speak. If Wolfort wishes to guide the shape our future takes, he will need all the help he can get. He can choose to submit to Hyzant's tyranny, or work with us to bring freedom to our land. Or he might choose to take advantage of the chaos. Will you follow in Lady Orlea's footsteps, Frederica? Somehow I doubt it.
Well, your doubt is wrong, because that's the one we chose.
I let my thoughts wander too far. Whatever path Wolford chooses, they all lead to war. Ready our forces.
That's what I'm saying. No matter what, Gustadolf is going to have to fight some Hyzant people, so get your shit ready, boy. Because they coming. Ooh, Lord, they coming. Alright, I think that was the only other side thing that popped up. I guess we can start with the Wolford streets and see what's going on over there. Sure, why not? Why not? Benedict over here rounding up the homies.
What? You want us to leave the city?
You couldn't have told us this sooner. I've got a family to worry about.
Couldn't have told us this yesterday.
I understand I ask much of you, but a bloody battle is nigh. You must be ready to evacuate if it comes to it.
But where is our lord? Won't he protect us?
Lord Serenoa marches toward an even fiercer conflict than what we face here.
Exactly.
He left me to protect the people of Wolford in his stead. I ask that you trust in our house and do as I bid.
All right then. I suppose we'll start packing.
Your mastery at matters of war has kept us safe this long. If you say we need to leave, that's what we'll do.
You have my thanks. I've one more thing to ask of you. Something I'd like each of you to make.
Extra, Benny? Extra? But yeah, see, Benedict's still doing his job right, even though we left him behind. At least he's doing his job right. Like, he's not sabotaging and be like, he has abandoned you. You were all fucked. Like, he's not doing that sad sack shit. He's like, nope. He's busy doing something that's important. Anyway, Ador gathers the Saints to discuss how Hyzant will deal with both the mines and House Wolford. We'll see about that, Ador. Coming to deal with yo ass is what I'm about to do.
Minister Exham's forces ought to be crossing into Wolford's domain any moment now.
Will it be war, or will they relinquish the salt crystal deposits without resistance?
I think we have no cause for worry. Minister Serenoa is one of our saintly seven, after all.
Tenebris.
Nevertheless, we cannot be certain what he will choose. Whoever controls those salt crystals controls the future of all Norzelia. Knowing that, you truly think he would give them up without a fight?
Minister Lila is right. He may very well decide to ally with Aesfrost and rise up against us. I made sure Minister Exham understood he may very well be marching to war.
Wolford is a prideful house. If we apply too much pressure on them, they may hold out simply out of principle.
Honestly, we are more trouble than they are worth. It almost makes me wish we could turn them and Aesfrost against each other.
That is something else to consider. We could even promise them the Roselle's freedom, should they triumph over the duchy.
A fine proposition. The best outcome would be to have them destroy Aesfrost for good.
And in doing so, they'd be destroyed themselves. Surely you would not wish for such slaughter.
Soft hearts have no place here, Minister Camsel. We fight for control of all Norzelia.
And we must fight to win. Our troops will need Elfric, Minister Lila. See that they have it.
Of course. I'll see to any final adjustments at the Ministry of Medicine.
And also, what of this automaton they talked about before? Because I wanted to know more about that shit. But anyway, chapter 17 part 2 is done, or 17? Yeah, 17 part 2 is done. I wonder if that's the end of chapter 17 then. Because it seemed to me that was... Oh, no, I saved over that one. Shit. You know what? That's okay. Because if I play this game again, I'm going to play all the way through. I totally forgot I meant to keep that save. You know what? I accidentally saved over it anyways after I picked the choice. As long as we got the choice I wanted, which we did, luckily. I almost ruined the whole run, though. But no, we're good. I wasn't paying attention on my last save. I totally meant to... whatever. It's fine. No big deal. We're good. Let's see if we have Chapter 18. Or another Part 3.